This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and you're listening to Catholic Inspiration, a podcast from my website at studyprayserve.com. These homilies, presentations, and retreats form part of my ministry as a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Superior. And now I invite you to open your hearts to some Catholic inspiration. Today is Thursday after Epiphany, and our first reading is taken from the first letter of John, chapter 4, verses 19 to chapter 5, verse 4. Beloved, we love God because He first loved us. If anyone says, I love God, but hates his brother, he's a liar. For whoever does not love a brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. This is the commandment we have from Him. Whoever loves God must also love his brother. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is begotten by God, and everyone who loves the Father loves also the one begotten by Him. In this way we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and obey His commandments. For the love of God is this, that we keep His commandments. And His commandments are not burdensome, for whoever is begotten by God conquers the world. And the victory that conquers the world is our faith. If anyone says, I love God, but hates his brother, he's a liar. For whoever does not love a brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. My friends, this is a challenging aspect of this commandment to love. That it's one thing to say we love God and just kind of blindly say that, yes, I follow Jesus. I've given my life for God. But then, do we pour out our life for those around us, especially the folks who are hard to love? Now, note the sequence here. We love God. Why? Because God initiated all of this. God is the source of love, and God is the one who takes into account the very first action to love us. God loved us into creation. God loves us through redemption by Jesus coming to die and rise. And it's God who loves us even on our worst days that empowers us and allows us to love the Lord, let alone love somebody else. But as I've said before, to love, that is to desire and seek what's best for the other, the beloved. That means we're willing to make sacrifices. That means that we will endure all sorts of struggle. Why? Because we want what's best for the person we love. Well, let's put that into application with the people in our life. Some people are easy to love. They're easy. In fact, we would sign up all the time to be with them. Some people, we can love them. It's not like easy, but it's not difficult. We can just be pleasant and present and smile and civil and be gracious. But then there are the people that get under our skin. They're the people, we see them coming, we look for a place to duck into a corner and hide. And then there are people who make our lives miserable. They're not pleasant. And in fact, they're doing their darndest to cause all sorts of toxic poison in our soul. I hope you don't have many of those, but they do exist. How do we love? Now, the first thing is that our love for others that's on us. Whether people reciprocate, that's on them. But are we kind? Are we gracious? Are we civil? Those basic fundamental things, that's just like the easy blue-collar aspect of love. Then, do we forgive when people are sorry they've made a mistake? When people show any sign of remorse and are seeking to reconcile, are we there to meet them? That's another aspect of love. And then when people who have no desire at all, they've hurt, they've wounded, and they don't care. We're not supposed to go chasing after them. But friends, we have the opportunity to let that hate go, meaning we know we've been hurt, but we're not going to dwell on it. Yeah, we'll seek justice, but we're not going to let it make a nest in our heads of the past wounds and hurts and be defined and driven by them. Instead, we turn to Jesus, the source of all our love. For remember, whenever we turn to Christ, we're going to find a blessing and a strength. Whenever we turn away from Jesus, we're going to be in a world of hurt. So I love the fact that while this passage is immensely challenging to love the difficult people in our life, we remember that when we're empty, when we're struggling, we turn to the Lord and say, Lord, I'm having a hard time here to carry out your command. And I know you would not make the command unless you also gave the grace to make it happen. So Lord, I turn to you. I turn to that crucifix. And I know what you did for me. So I ask that your grace will fill me up what's lacking, so that your love in me will flow out into the world, especially the people who are hard to love today. That just begs then a practical question. Who's on that list right now in our lives? Who are the people who are hard to love? We name them. Guess what we're going to pray about? Guess what we're going to ask for help from heaven about? Guess what? From our knees, we're going to say, Lord, I'm really struggling here. And so I turn to you and I ask you to help me to love even when it's hard. And when we do that, friends, then our heart expands. God's love will flow and strengthen us to carry out this command. God bless you all. This is Father Andrew, and I hope this podcast inspires your faith. Now, if you found it helpful, please share it with a friend. And you can help me by leaving a rating and a review. I keep all my listeners in my daily prayers, and I ask for your prayers in return. God bless you, my friends.